Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Mia here if you are new, and if you are not new, welcome back, girl. Today's video is going to be part 2 of the Bible study series I have started on my channel. That Bible study series is called Her Story Through Scripture, and I've already started with the first video, and we are focusing on Hagar, her story in the Bible, which is in Genesis, and that's where we are going to be reading from today. Part 1 is already up of Hagar's story, and today we're going to do part 2. I actually decided today that we are going to do 3 parts of Hagar's story. So we're gonna do one more part to her story after this one. And yeah, I'm really excited to dive into this with you guys and to just really get into Hagar's story and continuing her story and just how we can honestly relate to her story and just see how God is working in her life. If you guys don't know this, if this is like your first video you're coming across, just a little backstory about the series. I started this series because I wanted to, of course, dive into the Bible with you guys, but also talk about women in the Bible that, one, we can relate to, and two, where God has worked through their life and shown up for them, and just to give us more encouragement and to like grow our faith in the Lord. So I really hope you guys are loving it thus far. A little bit of housekeeping before we really dive into the story as well. I apologize for getting this video up so late. Like, the videos are coming out pretty far apart. I do apologize. Life be lifing. Things get just busy. And then on top of that, I've started another series on my channel. If you guys haven't seen it, please feel free to check it out if you like commentary videos, show analysts, and character analyst videos. We are going to get started on Hagar's story here, continuing Hagar's story, and we are reading from Genesis we're doing chapter 16 today, verses 7 through 14. That's where we're reading from. I do apologize in advance if the lighting is off throughout the video. I am filming with natural light. That's gonna shift. So yeah. But the way the video is gonna go is similar to the first one. We're going to just read through the verses together and then reflect and just kind of break down what we're reading. And so yeah, we are going to start Genesis chapter 16, and we're going to start with verses 7 through 9. And if y'all see me looking off to the side, my laptop is literally right here and it has my notes on it, just to better guide us throughout this video. Sorry guys, I want to adjust a little bit with the lighting here, so hopefully this is better. But yes, let's start reading. So we're starting Genesis chapter 16, verse 7. We are picking up with Hagar running off into the wilderness. That's where the last video ended for part 1. So we're picking up here. I'm going to start reading out of my Bible with you guys here. And we're starting with verse 7 in Genesis chapter 16. And it reads, "The angel of the Lord found her by a spring in the wilderness, the spring on the way to Shur. He said, 'Hagar, slave of Sarai, where have you come from and where are you going?' She replied, 'I'm running away from my mistress.'" Let's start with that. So that was verses 7 to 8, just the first 2 verses. And we find Hagar in the wilderness. Again, she's already ran away, and an angel finds her. An angel of the Lord finds her and wants to know like what she's doing. She's alone and they are trying to find out, hey, what's going on? Why are you here? And she replies with, "I'm running away from my mistress Sarai," and lets him know the truth on why she ran away. What she's doing in the wilderness. We'll continue reading. "The angel of the Lord said to her," this is verse 9, "Go back to your mistress and submit to her authority. The angel of the Lord said to her, I will greatly multiply your offspring, and they will be too many to count. So we can talk about that really quickly here too. So Hagar tells the angel that she ran away from her mistress Sarai, and his response was what we would actually think would be the opposite. You know, if somebody is running away from something, a lot of times is for a reason. Like, you would think like, okay, must be something going on. If they're running away, something must be happening. And the advice he gives, or the instruction, better yet, not advice, the instruction he gives is to go right back to where she ran away from. And then he says, go back. He says, go back to your mistress. And then he says more instruction, submit to her authority. Tells her what to do and also what to do when she gets there. And this is specific because he's giving, this is how I'm interpreting it. He's giving these specific instructions because it all leads to a specific purpose for Hagar. Not only go back, but also submit. So continue to follow under what she is asking you to do. Go back as a slave is basically what he's saying. Go back. Let me know, what do y'all think about that? How do y'all feel about, and let me know in the comments, just think while we're talking about this. How do y'all take the fact that he told her to go back and just go back to the mess she came from? Basically, go back to what you're running away from. And how many times in your life has God said to you, God has said to you, I know basically you ran away or you're running away from something, but go back to it. Yeah, well, that's heavy in itself right there. It also lets us know that in this specific scripture and part in the Bible, Hagar runs away, but it didn't say Abraham found her. It didn't say Sarai found her. It specifically said an angel of the Lord. An angel of the Lord, a messenger of God, is who found her. And that can let you know that God is always watching. He's always there for us if we need him. He's always gonna be there. The people that are actually her masters, the people she works for, didn't come after her, but God was after her. God was watching her. God is always there for us, even in our deepest, hardest times. He is there. Just lets you know that God is always there to comfort us. When we need him, he's always there to comfort us. Reading 10. So we're gonna go to verses 10 through 12 in Genesis chapter 16. The angel of the Lord said to her, I will greatly multiply your offspring, and they will be too many to count. The angel of the Lord said to her, you have conceived and will have a son. You will name him Ishmael, for the Lord has heard your cry of affliction. This man will be like a wild donkey. His hand will be against everyone, and everyone's hand will be against him. He will settle near all his relatives. So the angel continues to also speak into and pour into Hagar in this time of need. He then lets her know that you're pregnant. Like, I know, we know, she already knows you're pregnant. And I'm going to let you know you're having a son. And then I'm going to give you instruction on what to name him. Name him Ishmael. And then gives her a word, a prophecy about her son, saying that God will greatly multiply their lineage through Ishmael. And I want to talk about that and dissect that a little bit, because I feel like all of this is a huge sense of comfort and a message of comfort from God to Hagar during this time, to give her more reassurance and lets her know, yes, you're being instructed to go back where you came from, a place where you don't want to be. But I'm going to let you know, you going back, there's going to be blessings from that. I'm going to multiply your lineage. You're going to have a son, and I'm telling you to name him Ishmael. So it's also like she's not wanting to go back, but she's also getting comfort and reassurance in going back, what's going to come from that for her on a bigger scale, a bigger picture, a bigger purpose. And then I also felt like with the angel telling her about Ishmael, it also lets us know that God truly creates us. He knows us before our mothers even know us, before our parents even know us. Named him in the womb. He told her what to name her son. The angel told, I'm just gonna break this down because this is how it's coming to me. This angel of the Lord, sorry y'all, this is my cat Satin. She's wanting my attention. This is a messenger of the Lord. An angel is a messenger of the Lord. So they are giving a message that the Lord told them to tell. So it's all coming from God, right? And this angel is telling Hagar about the child she hasn't even met yet, down to the name of this child. Deep care in that and intentionality that God has around us is just so much love. He truly cares about us. Like, just let that sink in. Let that sink in. And then we'll continue to read here. And we'll go to verses 13 to 14. And this is where we'll end with reading. So she named the Lord who spoke to her, "You are Elroy." For she said, "In this place have I actually seen the one who sees me." That is why the well is called Bir Lahai Roy. It is between Kadesh and Bered. And I probably butchered all that, so I apologize in advance on that. But let's look into this. So, in this place have I actually seen the one who sees me. Mind you, y'all, this is a woman who you can definitely say doesn't feel seen, doesn't feel understood. She is a slave and a servant. That's what she is told is her purpose in life. That this is what you need to do, that's it. So imagine being really misunderstood with that. Let's think about that. And then she's placed with something that she didn't choose, but she's struggling with it because this is huge. There's mistreatment also going along with having this baby and being pregnant. And she is really at a time of hardship. And now she's finally like, somebody sees me. Like, God, you see me. Like, you really see what I'm struggling with. You heard my cry. You understand how I'm feeling in this. Because let's be honest, Abraham and Sarai, they're not concerned about how she feels. You just need to do what we tell you to do. Like, that's just that. So all of her feelings, her concerns, they're being diminished and basically not taken seriously, not put into care. So now she has an angel that God sent to basically tell her, I hear you, I see you, I got you. This is what you need to do. It's gonna work out. It's gonna be okay. That's just so much love right there. So much love. And it's just like, what does it mean to be seen? Like, to be seen, you feel heard, right? You feel like somebody actually understands you, where you're coming from, your perspective, your feelings. You feel accepted. You feel cared. You may feel loved. It translates to a lot for somebody to be seen, especially in a time of total hardship, a time where you are really down, you're really struggling. And, you know, Sarai, her title is something that you aren't supposed to think highly of, because she's a servant, right? But just because the world says one thing, just because society, your job says one thing, that's not who you are as a whole, as a being. Like, God is like, no, I will give you purpose. I will tell you who you are and what you need to do. I understand your role and your title, but that does not diminish your purpose and your value as a person. And how crazy is it that God is doing all of this through a servant, a servant woman, y'all? When servant is supposed to be seen as the smallest, just the smallest title, not have any meaning. And God has given this woman so much meaning, so much purpose. Like, he is showing like he's in control. He has the last say so. Not us. Not us. And it's just with the word, let's go back to what the angel said about Ishmael. You will name him Ishmael, for the Lord has heard your cry of affliction. This man will be like a wild donkey, and his hand will be against everyone, and everyone's hand will be against him. He will settle near all his relatives. And he says, above that, the Lord said to her, I will greatly multiply your offspring, and they will be too many to count. Like, God is promising to her descendants of her lineage. He's speaking purpose not only over her, but also over her unborn child. Like, God is like, you are not just a servant. That's just your job. That's just your job and what you're doing. But let me tell you something. You are way more than that. I have already destined you and your son and your lineage to just continue. Like, that is such a big word of comfort for her in a time where she feels lost and hurt and so many things. So this is just where we are stopping today. This is Genesis chapter 16, verses 7 through 14. And then part 3, guys, that we're going to pick up on in the next video. I'll let you guys know where we're reading from. That's going to be Genesis chapter 21, verses 8 through 14 is where we're going to do the last chapter, and we'll dive into that. But this is just the second part of this video where I want to read where Sarai is actually, why do I keep saying that? Where Hagar is actually in the wilderness. The angel meets her, and the word and the prophecy that she receives from this angel of the Lord, and just kind of dissect how she's feeling. What do you guys think about that? And just the message that God is always there. Even when we don't think he is, he's just waiting. He's there for us to lean on. And I love that about Hagar's story, and how even though the world is saying you're a servant, you're basically nothing, God is like, no, you are a daughter of me. You are a daughter of the King. And I'm telling you, there's a bigger purpose than what the world is saying. So I hope you guys really enjoyed part 2. I can't wait to dive into part 3. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on everything in part 2 or Hagar's story thus far from part 1 to part 2. I would love to discuss with you guys, and I'll try to get part 3 up not too far behind this one. You can keep things pretty close knit. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I apologize again about the light change. I tried to do the best I could with making things seem seamless on here with the lighting. But thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.